花14万买张火车票，在移动的总统套房里泡澡、唱 K、打麻将，究竟是一种什么体验？最近YouTube 上著名的奢华旅行博主 Trek Trendy 带着他爸来体验了一把中国目前顶奢的豪华旅游专列丝路梦享号。2晚3天，一张顶级套房的票价竟然飙到了2万多美金，折合人民币将近14万5。大家可能想问了，什么火车敢卖14万？难不成车轨是用金子做的？嘿，您还别说，看完博主的这期评测，小初只能感叹，有钱人的快乐真的是限制了我的想象力。废话不多说，咱们这就一起进正片，看看这趟14万的火车到底长啥样。
Today, I'm going first class on China's most luxurious sleeper train, the 5-star Silk Road Express. I'm staying in the best suite on board, with a huge bedroom and designer bathroom with freestanding bath. I'll give you a never-before-seen insight into what it's like to live on board. From the fine dining in the multiple restaurants, incredible lounge, and breathtaking observation car, we'll go from mountains to battling altitude sickness to deserts. With that, let's pick up our story in China. Well, hello there and welcome back to the channel. You join me here in Xining, China, where we begin our epic adventure on the Silk Road Express. So without any more to say, let's head right over to the railway station. We arrived into Xining yesterday and were greeted with a welcome banquet at the hotel, featuring a local yak hot pot and entertainment. Check-in this morning takes place in the hotel lobby and is impressively efficient. Our bags are tagged and tickets issued. And within minutes we're directed to a waiting car. The journey to the station should take around 15 minutes. Xining railway station spans over 500,000 square feet, making it comparable in size to New York's Penn Station. Just like at an airport, we'll need to pass a quick security checkpoint before entering the passenger concourse. After waiting a few minutes by the track entrance, we're invited down to the platform. It's now that we get our first look at the brand new Silk Road Express, the most luxurious train in China. As we ascend the red carpet, we're presented with a welcome drink before being ushered on board. Our train consists of 10 carriages for us to explore over the next couple of days, but we'll begin in the Han Dynasty carriage, home to the most luxurious accommodation on board. Well, I'm very happy to welcome you to our grand suite, but most importantly, welcome back to the channel, Dad.
Hiya.
How you doing?
Yeah, good.
You've made it to China?
Yeah, just about. It's been a long way.
It has indeed. This is quite impressive, isn't it?
It's very impressive, yeah.
And just like that, we glide smoothly out of Xining Station, bang on time. Let's take a look at where we're heading then. Over the next 3 days, we'll journey across the vast Qinghai Tibet Plateau, before continuing west through some of China's most remote landscapes. Finally, we'll skirt the edge of the Gobi Desert, arriving at the towering sand dunes of Dunhuang. Hopefully the weather will improve as we continue westwards. So our grand suite. It occupies half a carriage at 236 square feet. It's an impressive space with a comfortable sofa, hand-painted details, and a small dining table. This currently has our welcome bottle of Shandong sparkling wine. I would have expected champagne at this price point though. Just adjacent to this you'll find your minibar, featuring antique British tableware, and a fully stocked mini fridge. This is all included, which is great to see. As we head higher up into the snowy mountains, let's take a look at the bedroom. Featuring a massive Super King bed. This is adorned in high thread count Italian bed linen with a beautifully painted headboard. Either side of the bed you'll find lighting controls and USB charging outlets. Millie would love this marble-topped makeup counter. As for me, I'm a fan of what's in this wardrobe. Super soft bathrobes. Talking of baths, wait until you see the bathroom. This has got to be one of the most stunning setups I've ever seen on board a train. With a freestanding clawfoot bathtub, double vanity with Aesop amenities, and of course a Dyson hairdryer. There's also a Japanese Toto toilet, and shower cubicle with Bulgari amenities. To say I'm impressed is an understatement. Well, now we're very much on our way. We need to think about dinner, and dinner on board the Silk Road Express is quite the fancy affair. In fact, there are 2 restaurants. Now, I think we've been assigned to one. I don't think it's a free-for-all. So we're going to be, I think, having dinner in about 10-15 minutes, which means I need to get changed into something a little smarter. Though there's just enough time to crack open that bottle of sparkling wine, I think. Let's head down the train and over to the first of 2 restaurants. But before we explore more of this magnificent train, you're most likely wondering how I stay connected during my time away from home, and that's thanks to Airalo, a convenient eSIM technology provider. Airalo makes travel seamless because I no longer need a physical SIM when I land in a new country or buy an expensive global plan. Instead, I buy one of their affordable eSIMs before my trip, and once I land, I have access to data roaming without having to do anything, keeping my original home number. Airalo is so useful when I travel to multiple countries, like recently where I travelled to Italy, the US, and especially during this trip in China, where I needed to remain in contact with loved ones back home via services that otherwise would be blocked. They offer eSIMs in over 200 countries and territories. They also have eSIMs which cover entire regions, like Europe, the Caribbean, and North America. Stay connected during your next trip, cheaper and hassle-free by downloading Airalo now, using the link down in my description or the QR code right here. Plus, use code Trek Trendy 3 for $3 off your first purchase. Our dinner tonight is served in the Feast Hall restaurant. Unsure if that's the most elegant translation, but in appearance it's stunning. We've been assigned one of the larger booths, which is most appreciated. Shall we take a look at what's on the menu then? It's quite an extensive offering. Next we're served some artisanal breads, alongside butter and an olive dip. Rather than a wine list, we're presented with a selection. I decide to continue with the sparkling wine. For our first course, I have the King Hai free-range chicken in a wild Chinese chive sauce. It's delicious and cooked to perfection, which reminds me, each restaurant car allows a look directly into the kitchen. Now for the imperial consommé, with aged chicken foot and sea conch. I'd be lying if I said this wasn't a little challenging, but equally interesting to try. As we enter the longest tunnel of our route, we're served the next course of pan-seared Patagonian toothfish. This is beautifully tender, bathed in a butter lemon sauce. Now for the main course of wok-fried maoya rice, and dad opts for the black truffle noodles. For dessert we're served the sea buckthorn mousse cake with a strawberry centre and a chocolate base. A delicious end to quite the experiential first meal on board. Just one carriage along, we arrive at the Star Palace lounge car. You may recognise this space from earlier, as it's where we first boarded the train, and what a first impression. It's also where live entertainment takes place throughout the journey. At the far end of the carriage is the bar, offering an extensive selection of cocktails, spirits and wines. Let's join Dad for a drink and see what it's really like. There's a wide selection of inclusive and paid specialty drinks. We've gone for the signature Silk Road cocktail, featuring yak milk and premium Chinese baijiu. As the drinks begin to flow, this evening's entertainment gets well underway. So welcome back to our suite. It's been beautifully turned down, ready for sleep. Dad, how's your evening been?
Yeah, it's been really good.
So we've just been told the reason that we're not moving at the moment, which we were a little bit concerned about because we do have to get to our first stop in the morning,
Yeah.
is because we pulled into a siding and apparently it's to help us have a bit of a better sleep. There is a catch though. We'll start moving again abruptly at 3 AM. Let's see how tonight goes. Well, I can't say that was my best night's sleep. Nevertheless, it's a beautiful morning. First things first, let's put the shower to the test. Thankfully, the water stays consistently warm and the pressure is surprisingly good. Meanwhile, breakfast has been served in our suite. This morning's spread consists of freshly baked pastries, fresh fruit, avocado on toast and pork sausages. It's worth noting there's also excellent coffee served on board. Surprisingly, that's something many luxury sleeper trains still miss the mark on. We've arrived at our first stop, Golmud. It's the last major city before the railway continues towards Tibet. We've been booked onto an excursion to China's largest salt lake, Quahan. My intrigue is piqued by one of our in-car amenities, bottled oxygen. Given we're travelling at around 9,000 feet above sea level, mild altitude sickness isn't uncommon. I'm only suffering from a slight headache, but with oxygen on offer, it would be rude not to give it a try. We've arrived, and what a surreal place this is. Formed over millions of years, its striking turquoise green pools are created by mineral-rich water interacting with the brilliant white salt below. And of course, we end up in the rather unique cafe for a well-earned soft serve. Back on the move again, we head into town for a traditional lunch. Because we're travelling in the Grand Suite, we're assigned our own private VIP dining room, which is a thoughtful touch. As for the food, it's a bit of a guessing game, as everything is written in Chinese. I believe we're served steamed grouper, alongside hearty braised lamb with white radish, silky steamed egg custard topped with sweet shrimp, spicy crayfish, and finally egg fried rice. Back at the station, it's time to reboard our train. Even with a smaller city like Golmud, the station feels enormous. China's railway infrastructure is really on another level. Let's head down to the platform, where the team is waiting to welcome us back on board. With the train ready to depart, anticipation is building for the next leg of our journey. I'm also keen to explore some more of the carriages we haven't yet seen, starting with the observation car at the very rear of the train. Named after the poetry of the ancient Han dynasty, it serves as a 270-degree panoramic lounge. As we settle into arguably the best seats on board, we begin to glide out of the station. The next stretch of the journey takes us alongside snow-capped mountains, before gradually descending towards the edge of the Gobi Desert in one of the great trading hubs of the ancient Silk Road. Aside from the observation lounge, the carriage also plays host to a mahjong room, where guests can enjoy China's famous tile-based strategy game. And then there's the private karaoke lounge. I have a feeling Dad and I will be making our way back here later this evening. For now though, I'm keen to try out our suite's party piece, the bath. It's certainly not every day you can do so on a moving train. Would you believe it's already time for dinner? Tonight we're eating in the second restaurant, the Shihai Country Dining Car. Unlike the darker, more traditional feast hall, this carriage takes inspiration from classic European luxury trains. We're seated again in a 4-person table and presented with a stunning silk-bound menu. Unfortunately, this is all in Chinese, so I'll do my best to translate. One thing that's evident is the menu is evolving with our journey. We're offered a wine pairing of Chilean Cabernet Sauvignon, or for an additional charge, China's most prestigious wine, though a bottle of this will set you back a few $100s. For our next course we're served Persian-style seasoned beef, accompanied by Caspian caviar. I suppose it was only a matter of time before caviar made an appearance. Our next course is a delicate double-boiled pigeon broth, another regional speciality. For main course I have the roast lamb, while Dad opts for the pan-seared salmon with a creamy mashed potato. Both are absolutely delicious. To finish we're served a delicate mango mousse, the perfect ending to what's been a phenomenal meal. We've just pulled into our overnight stop at Yuchia railway station, but our evening isn't quite over yet. We have some unfinished business in the KTV lounge. And now it's movie night in the observation car. Although once the film begins, the carriage is plunged into darkness. Good morning from the dunes of the Gobi Desert. What a wake-up call. And just like clockwork, breakfast is served in our suite. This morning's spread includes freshly baked pastries, dim sum, fresh fruit, corn, scrambled eggs and smoked salmon. As we continue winding through the desert, I want to take a look at the other accommodation offered on board. Superior cabins are where most passengers spend their journey, and they're still luxuriously appointed. By day, the room features a comfortable sofa to take in the ever-changing scenery outside. Come evening, a room attendant transforms the space, creating a comfortable sleeping quarters. There's also a compact ensuite bathroom, complete with a Toto toilet, and a surprisingly generous shower cubicle. We'll come back to the cost in just a moment, both for this cabin and what I paid for our grand suite. And just like that, we roll into Dunhuang railway station, ready for our excursion into the desert. Waiting for us on the platform is a small farewell ceremony, complete with traditional music and dancing. Let's head out of the station, where our guide and vehicle are waiting. As we make our way across to the singing sand dunes, let's talk about the cost. Booking this wasn't exactly straightforward, and involved quite a bit of back and forth with the Silk Road Express team in Shanghai. They were always quick to respond over email, although payment proved a little complicated. In the end, I was able to pay via PayPal for a grand total of just over $20,000. By comparison, if you were to book the Superior Suite, this will set you back $9,500.
Welcome to Dunhuang.
Yes, we have arrived. This is the end of our journey on the Silk Road Express. How was your experience, Dad?
Unbelievable.
Yeah, had a good time?
Yeah, really, really different.
Yeah, some really good quality time spent together and incredible scenery along the way. Well, anyway, thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you all again next time.
好了，看完正片，咱们来盘盘这套移动的5星级酒店到底把钱花哪儿了。第一，那是真的大，真的豪。博主住的这个至尊套房，一间房直接占了半节车厢，里面不仅有意大利高级床品的大双人床，最绝的是浴室里居然放了一台全尺寸的独立浴缸。兄弟们，在时速上百公里的火车上，一边泡着热水澡，一边看窗外青藏高原的雪山，这也太凡尔赛了吧！不仅如此，戴森吹风机、智能马桶、宝格丽洗护用品全部拉满，直接把奢华写在了脸上。第二，这车太懂中国人，也太懂搞气氛了。除了尾部270度的全景大观景车厢，这辆车上居然还自带独立的 KTV 包房和专用的麻将房，老外博主直接看傻了。晚上火车还会专门停靠在安静的避让线上，就是为了让富豪们能睡得安稳觉，凌晨3点再悄悄开动，这细节服务给贵了。第三，那就是吃货的天堂。车上2个大餐厅，菜单是跟着窗外的风景走的。第一天在青海吃的是放羊土鸡花椒鸡汤，第二天到了戈壁，直接安排上里海鱼子酱和烤羊排。而且为了照顾这帮富豪，列车在格尔木经停时，还有 VIP 专车接送去中国最大的察尔汗盐湖转一圈。高反了？没事儿，车上全方位管够瓶装纯氧。不过啊，老外博主也吐槽了2个小地方，一是国际订票付款太麻烦，折腾了好久；二是花了14万，房间里送的欢迎礼居然不是法国香槟，而是张裕起泡酒，让他觉得差点意思。总结一下，小初觉得这趟丝路梦享号虽然有点小瑕疵，但它确实把铁路旅行的奢华度拉到了新高度。它不仅是一张车票，更是一场把中国绝美风光、顶尖硬件和本土娱乐完美融合的金钱盛宴。那么问题来了，屏幕前的各位老板们，要是预算充足，你是愿意花14万去体验一趟这样的顶级火车，还是更愿意坐飞机头等舱呢？欢迎在评论区留下你的看法，和全面解锁新世界的小初看世界一起聊聊。别忘了点赞、关注加转发，我们下期节目不见不散。